All right, everybody. We are going to play around with a vibe coder tool today called Floot. I've used a couple other vibe coders. This is my first time playing around with this one. And I am listening to all of you because we recently asked what kind of app you'd want if somebody were to build it for you. And 58% of you are struggling with your home life stuff, all the home life admin things that you have bopping around in your brain that you probably don't have as much time to get to. So we're going to try to build it today. So if you don't know what a vibe coder is, it is basically a tool that you can use to create apps, landing pages, websites, pretty much whatever you can imagine a virtual version of. You can try to use a vibe coder for that. You don't need to be technical. As long as you can explain things really well or have the patience to go back and forth with the chat box to build what you're envisioning, then a vibe coder is perfect. I'm not really technical. I don't know how to code pages or apps or sites. So I rely on vibe coder tools to build things really quickly without having to go and hire a developer. The life admin app, a quick description of that would be a personal dashboard for everything living rent-free in your head. That could be recurring tasks, important dates, household to-dos, and subscription renewals all in one place so that your brain isn't the only thing that's keeping track of all of these things. I am on the Floot page. So this is where you can actually drop in a description of what you want. I'm going to do a little cheat here, and I'm actually going to ask Claude, and I'm going to give it some context of exactly what we're trying to achieve here. I'm going to ask it to act as a world-class vibe coder expert specifically for this tool. I'm saying that I've never used it before, and I'm a total beginner. So let's test this out because this is basically going to try to build exactly the description that I gave it. And then it's also telling me what our audience, aka you all, would probably respond to. So all these different features and things that I can consider building in the future. I'm going to go ahead and try this prompt out, and I'm excited to see what happens. I am just logged in on a free plan. I have free credits already that you start off with so that you can get going and feel it out without putting in your credit card or anything like that. I'm going to hit build, and let's see how much I can tweak before I run out of credits. So now you can see that it's designing, and Claude named it Brain Clear. So that's what it's named up here. So takes a minute. You can get up, you can go do a different task and come back to this, or let it play in the background as you're working on other things. And now it'll give you a list of what it's working on, and it tells you what it's doing, giving you a little summary of what it's building and all the code that you don't have to think about, and it does for you. Okay, now it's building something else. It's creating the dashboard layout, and it's taking care of all the components, the form layout, all the card components. So again, I just told it what I wanted, and it's building this for me. Okay, so here's what it built. It took a few minutes, less than 10 minutes, I'd say, and it kept me updated the whole time it was building and what it was building. And now it says what it's included. So it's included a recurring task section with due dates. You can mark it as done, and then it says it auto recalculates the next thing that's due. You can snooze, you can delete. Then your subscription renewals, you can track the name, cost, renewal date, and a worth keeping toggle. Something that I want to track specifically actually is, it seems silly, but I want to be able to track who has fed the pets. I'm always asking my husband, like, hey, did Dino eat? So what I'm thinking is I could add more users to be able to access this so that we can share it within the family. It's just my husband and myself and our 3 pets. So I would add my husband to this as an example of how I would start customizing this. So let's see what that looks like. Here's my Claude again. I'm going to dictate, and dictation, I actually use a different app called Whisper Flow, and I can go ahead and use that to explain my idea. So something like, Claude, I wish there was a better way to keep track of who has fed which pet and when throughout the day so that I don't have to keep asking my husband, what is a good prompt I can give to be able to add a pet feeding schedule with time fed? What prompt could I give it to start building this feature? Okay, prompt 1, start the whole app. So you want to paste this first. It's telling me to do these prompts one at a time and then let Floot finish building each piece before sending the next one. Don't paste them all at once. Okay, so I'm going to try prompt 1 here. And again, it's listing out the key requirements. Oh, I don't know if you caught that, but it was saying it wants to create a completely new app. I don't want that. So that's just another thing to point out. Even if you're not technical, like you know what you're trying to build. So you can spot things like that pretty easily that you don't want it to do or build. So make sure that you're reading through and checking those things. And while it's working on building that, let's go ahead and come up with a better name for this app. Help me come up with app names that are 100 times better than Brain Clear for what we're building. Give me 5 options. Oh my God, Claude, did you just make a joke? Headspace. Oh wait, taken. Kidding. Here we go. Okay. Offload. Sounds dirty. Loop. I kind of don't like any of the noted babe. Not loving any of this. Okay, we'll come back to this. Let's see what it's built. So it just finished. Everything's built. Here's a summary of what was added. So I can see there's a fed yet. I'm seeing that there's a login specifically for this. I think actually what I want is that all of this whole app should be a multi-user login that you can bake under the same account. You should also probably be able to invite people through email to join whatever group you're building. So I would probably give it that feedback. Came up with 3 preloaded pets for me. Interesting. So let's see actually what happens when you log in. I'm going to go ahead and create an account. Okay, so something's going on. It's saying like, my email's already in use, but I haven't created an account yet. So I gave it that feedback and it's basically trying to debug it. Clearing pre-seed test users. So I was pre-seeded. Okay, so I'm going to approve this. It's basically asking like, hey, this is what I need to do. Do you accept this action? I'm going to say yes. Okay, now I can try creating an actual account. So just a couple things. This is why it's so important to test your own features. And I suggest basically testing each thing after you build it just very quickly. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing that, but it's better than, building 20 million things and then finding out that all of those parts have something buggy with them that you didn't clear yet. Okay, so I'm going to do this, create my password, make sure I type that in correctly. And now you can see that this is all built. Nothing happens when I click on them, so that's what I would probably build next. I'm assuming that's what Claude's prompts are, but I do want to make that change quickly before I build the rest of this section out, that this should be multi-login. I'm going to tell it I only want to have users log into Brain Clear. They shouldn't have to log into the Fed Yet section separately. You should also be able to invite other users to be part of your household or whatever you're creating in this app so that you can share it and have the multi-user be across everything that's included inside. Okay, let's see what happens here. Yeah, the user wants the entire app to require login, one login for everything. Yes. Multi-user household sharing, they want to be able to invite others to share the entire app, not just the feeding tracker. Correct. Maybe there are certain private things that you want to keep to yourself. Like maybe you could create it where, something could be shared or private, or you can just make it so that the whole purpose of the app is that it is all shared responsibilities, chores, family dates to know, etc. So it's totally up to you how you want to use it. I would probably keep it simple in the beginning and just say this is a shared household, like to-do list brain or admin brain. So I did hit my free limit, which is pretty awesome. I was able to really build a lot of it, which means you can pretty much build an entire app in a day. So I'm going to actually keep building this out and share it with you all. I can also sprinkle in along the way ideas on how to customize it for yourself or a couple different feature callouts that might be helpful. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to email us hello@jointheassist.com. Tell us what you want to see. Have a good one.